Hey everyone, this is Jim. I'm back with Rob, SDC International Shipping. Rob, I just learned, I didn't know this. We're in a left-hand drive country, of course, or a left side drive. Our vehicles are set up that way, unlike the UK. I didn't know that Japan was a right-hand drive country
Yeah,
until
Japan's
just a few
one of
minutes
the
ago.
Japan's one of those right-hand drive countries, and so it's set up like the UK and Australia. But I tell you, it's interesting. It's probably the country that's right-hand drive that has the most left-hand drive cars running around on the streets. So it's perfectly acceptable to have a left-hand drive car there, like in the US, which it's much less common, but it's way more common than you would see in like the UK or Ireland or Australia.
Yeah. So if you're going to move a car or transport a car there, I'm assuming depending on your load, the size of your household goods, the car goes into what, a 20-foot container or a 40-foot container?
Right. So the number of different ways to skin that one. Basically, I can move a vehicle to Japan. And by the way, it is perfectly acceptable. We do it all the time. Move vehicles to Japan, left-hand drive or otherwise. We can put someone in a 20-foot container. I use a 20-foot container for a vehicle. That's it. Over and out. Now, typically a vehicle is only going to consume about 80% of a 20-foot container. So you do have that little bit, 20% of the container that could be used for household goods and personal effects. Possible. Otherwise, we can go into a 40-foot container, put the vehicle in a 40-foot container, and now I've got 60, 70% of the vehicle available for household goods and personal effects.
Yeah.
Or I can ship it by itself in a container, of course, or multiple vehicles in a 40-foot container. Lots of different ways to do it. And we do it all the time. We're experts.
Yeah, we had talked in a previous video about moving to Japan, and I was just thinking, you have a nice household of a nice dining room table and all of those things, and you don't want to sell them, you don't want to get rid of them, so you're going to pack all of that. And then I started thinking, well, if you're going to bring the car too, which if you can have a left-hand driving vehicle there and you have a nice vehicle, then there's some incentive to be able to take that with you rather than having to buy a new one. And there was somebody mentioned about like the toll booths over there. They're available for both sides. Is that correct?
That's correct, Jim. It's so common to have, like I said, it's uncommon to have a left-hand drive car, but it is still so common to rise to where on the toll booths you'll have that one lane a lot of times dedicated to the left-hand drive cars. It's kind of interesting.
Yeah,
you don't see that in other countries. I've never seen that in England or the UK in general or Ireland. I've never seen that. But in Japan, they'll have oftentimes, not every time, they'll have a lane just for left-hand drive cars for the tolls.
That's interesting. How many countries are dual? 20%, 15%?
No, you put me on the spot on that one. So you've got, you've definitely got the UK. So the United Kingdom, England, Wales, Scotland, Northern Ireland, Ireland, Australia, New Zealand, Japan. I don't know the other ones. I should know that right off the top of my head, but I kind of don't.
That's all right. Have you ever driven on the right-hand drive?
Oh yeah. What is
it like?
When I'm in the UK or I'm in Ireland, yeah, I do. So you're on the wrong side of the road and the wrong side of the car, wrong side. From our perspective here in the U.S., and it's dicey. It really is, unless you're used to it. And I find myself the last time I was over in Ireland, I was driving, and the cars are coming at you from on the wrong side. You have cars. You're on the left-hand side of the road and the right-hand side of the car, so you have cars coming at you, at your right shoulder. Here in the United States, you're not used to that, and so I find myself veering a little bit, just marginally moving over to the left. Now the left is sidewalk. So I found myself clipping the sidewalk, and I knocked a hubcap off one time because you're just not used to that car coming. And the other thing is, it's so easy to train yourself to drive that way, and you think you've got it down. No problem, I got this. And you'll pull into a gas station or a convenience store and jump back in your car and take off right over to the right-hand side of the road because it's just habit. So anyway, I digress a little bit, but yes, that's been my experience.
I can't imagine doing it. I can't imagine being relaxed. I would probably want to be like a new driver on a backcountry road if I was going to go into a right-hand drive car. Um,
It's
I think
hard.
if I had designed the car originally, I know there must be a mechanical obvious reason why, but wouldn't it make more sense to have the steering wheel right in the center?
Yeah, right. Right in the middle. I like that.
Right
I
in the
like that
middle and
idea.
have equal space on both sides?
Yeah, I like that idea. That's funny.
I, I
Yeah.
have no idea why it was put that way. It was probably something mechanical, but I mean everything is like that. I mean the pilot in the plane is on the left. The head pilot is on the left, I think.
That's right. Yeah, yeah. And the co-pilot's on the
Except
right.
maybe in Japan, maybe they're on the right.
I don't know. There's a whole story about how things became right-hand drive, left-hand drive, which side of the road, and it had to do with Napoleon and countries that Napoleon didn't conquer. I don't know,
Yeah.
something like that. It's
Well,
interesting, but yeah,
Rob, as always, it's always interesting talking about these different countries and moving there and everything that goes into the move. And you're available. I know
as
you are
always,
available 24/7. If you're by the phone, you're awake. You'll answer it.
that's my policy. If I can pick up the phone, I do. So yeah, if anyone would like to, look into moving their vehicle, whether it be a car, motorcycle, or otherwise, to Japan or anywhere, I'm here to talk to someone. We have a whole team of relocation specialists who are expert in handling your needs.
Yeah, yeah. You guys have a great team of people over there. All
You
right. Well, thanks again, Rob, for your time, and have a great rest of the week. I'll see you next week.
sounds good, Jim. Have a great one. Talk to you
All
soon.
right.
All right,
Bye
so.
bye.